My name is Dominique Meekers. I'm a professor in the Department of Global Health Systems and Development. I'm originally from Belgium, trained as a sociologist and demographer, and somehow over the course of my career wandered into public health. We had a required military service in Belgium, and there was an alternative civil service if you did not want to do the military service. And I decided I wanted to be a conscientious objector and did my service at the University of Brussels for 2 years and got some research experience there. And that's how I got really interested in population studies and demography. And I actually worked on a project with Professor Lestager that dealt with polygyny in sub-Saharan Africa. And that's how my career got started. And one of the things I was really interested in was looking at the marriage process. Because unlike what happens in a typical US society, what you find is it's not one event that changes you from being single to married, but it's a series of events. So it goes from, you're really going from being unmarried to a little bit married to very much married, depending on which events have taken place. And for my dissertation, I was looking at how does it matter for a child where in the process you are born? What if you're born in the middle of the process where you're a little bit married? Is that going to affect the health and survival chances of the child? So that was the object of my dissertation. And from that, I wandered into public health because I was looking at all these different types of sexual relationships, which ultimately became very important when the HIV/AIDS epidemic became important. So initially, I was just interested in the sociology, but then there was all these implications for public health. And then one day I got I don't think I got a phone call. I think I contacted Population Services International, who were looking for a research director. They're a big social marketing organization, and what they did was basically condom social marketing. So they would do the distribution of subsidized condoms for HIV/AIDS prevention, and in addition to that, they would do major mass media public health campaigns to promote condom use. So I ended up taking a job with them as research director and spent several years with them. And then I got a call from Tulane one day. I said, how would you like to come to Tulane? And here I am. One of them is a course that deals with communication research methods. And it basically runs students through a series of exercises, projects if you will, in which they do all the tasks that would be involved in doing research to inform the design of a program and to assess whether the program is reaching the right target population and whether it's having any impact. My approach to this is it's a very hands-on course. I do not particularly like lecture-type courses. I did not learn a whole lot from them myself. So this is hands-on. They do everything themselves, going from data analysis, running focus group discussions, analyzing them, everything from A to Z pretty much. The second course I teach is an impact evaluation course that runs you through the main approaches for assessing the impact of a health project. This once again is very hands-on. It has a major group project in which students in groups of 4 or 5, depending on class size, will come up with an evaluation design for a health project and develop the indicators, the methodology, and so forth. And this basically, they end up with a document that you, for example, could propose to a donor when you are a director of a health program, and tell the donor, this is how we're going to evaluate it, and then get their feedback. My advice to incoming students would be to look beyond the coursework. I think when you apply for a job, all the applicants, and there are going to be many, they will all have an MPH, and they will all have an MPH from a solid university. You need something that sets you apart, and I think that's the work that you do in addition to your coursework. It is the volunteering you do in the city, and there are tons of opportunities in New Orleans after Katrina. So it's the volunteering, it is the practicum you do, and anything that you do in addition to the coursework. So that is really what students need to focus on, because that's what will give you a job.